When it's like I go out of my mind. It's like baby, I've to picture the line. When it's like I go out of my mind. It's like baby, I've to picture the line. When it's like I go out of my mind. It's like baby, I've to picture the line. When it's like I go out of my mind. It's like baby, I've to picture the line.
Zamboni's on 7th, restaurant and bar right across the street from Grand Casino Arena in downtown St. Paul. You'll find a joke at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Enjoy happy hour food and drink specials when you stop in for the shows. Or if you've got something to say and enjoy stepping into the spotlight, go to zambonison7th.com and sign up to join the show. Spots fill up fast, and they do cap the number of comedians each week, so do not delay. Also, stay tuned for details on their once-a-month Friday night comedy show, Freaky Funny Fridays, beginning Friday, November 21st, featuring some of the hottest comedians in the Twin Cities. Zamboni's on 7th is a joke, but only on Wednesday evenings. And the occasional Friday.
Oh my God, I was muted that whole freaking time, ladies and gentlemen. Restart. Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another World Junior Watch Party. If you're watching on Facebook or X/Twitter, get your ass over to YouTube. That's where a live chat will be buzzing here today. Arguably, the two best games of the preliminary round are going on tonight, starting with Sweden, USA, and then Canada versus Finland directly after. This is probably going to be a little bit of overlap, but we will join the Canada-Finland game right after this United States and Sweden game wraps up. I think Sweden is the best team in the tournament. United States, Canada, checks right there as well. Finns too. But so this is the toughest game for the Americans so far, in my opinion. I'm excited to see how they fare against the boys in yellow. Nice shot by the Americans. I've been watching so many of the Mariucci games that watching the camera film like this, the NHL cameras, is just tripping me out here at the X. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. We got Sis and Kenny in the live chat. Good to see you guys, and everybody else on YouTube. Good to see you as well. If you're new, we do live play-by-play commentary, reaction, of course, live interaction with all you guys to get your opinions as well. Here come the Swedes up the left side. They bounce it in. The Americans get it back. Swedes Actually, it doesn't look like they even changed. Great defense by the Swedes. They flick this one back up to their man up the left side. Cross ice. Kind of loses it at center, so just knocks it in. The Americans are going to regain possession. Big hit by Sweden behind the net. Puck back at center ice, and here come the Americans. Not a clean zone entry, but got into Sweden's zone nonetheless. Bumblefucks is at the blue line, and the Americans are forced just to dump it back in. Just took over 1.5 rounds. Wait, just took over 1.5 first round goals, minus 112. First period goals. Hopefully an exciting period. I see what you're doing. 1753. Yo, where were you for Ryzen last night? 8.5 hours of mixed martial arts? The intermissions were long, but the chat was buzzing, so. Dumping it in the States, and Sweden's going to glove this one up. And already some pushing and shoving by Sweden. People forget, man. Sweden, last year, one of the more dirty/aggressive teams in the tournament. I still think the Danes are the dirtiest team in this year's tournament. Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, indeed, Trav. Kenny, you are active all the time. I'm not super active, I'm not going to lie, but I did share this in the cord for you guys. Bro, more people are watching on YouTube than Twitter. That's how you know. We're beating the system. Let's go.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
And it just flopped. Whatever. Oh, shot by Sweden in the slot. Nice save by USA, but a rebound. Swedes get it back. Keep the line. Oh, my God. Back and forth. Maybe too many passing plays there, but the Swedes still get a shot on net. This puck goes around the net. Americans fighting for it on that left wall. Big hit by Sweden again, and the U.S. still have it, though. Up the left side, down into the corner. God, the Swedes are so fast, man. They already regained possession. And the Swedes are fucking big, man. Usually the Finns are the big team, but a lot of big bodies on this U20 team for Sweden. Smash that like button. How are your holidays going, Trav? Big shout out to Trav, longtime supporter of the channel. And the podcast, I should say. Because the channel's, I mean, I guess it's not new anymore. We've been active on YouTube for about 2 years now, but oh, nice hit by the Americans. They force this puck into the crease, but the Sweden netminder didn't even touch it. Trust his defenseman to get it out, and he does. But the Americans regain possession. They dump it back in. Neither of these teams have been able to kind of control play offensively yet. It's super back and forth. And big hits. Nice takeaway by the American shot. And I think the goalie got a piece of that. That goes up but not out of play. Oh, I love seeing the Sleeman ads. I miss the Honey Browns, ladies and gentlemen. Been busy, but good, man. No complaints. Oh, nice shot by the Americans. That goes right through the slot, and a great save for Sweden. Oh, how did that not go in? A fallen American player. And I don't know if that was blocked or if that was saved by Sweden, but what an opportunity by Team USA. 15:38. By the way, after the Canada game, to celebrate New Year's, we're doing Sweden just got mowed over. Steamrolled by the American. Shot by Team USA. I don't know if that hit the goalie again, but if so, it was another blocker save. I think that just went up and over. What a game so far. Slot shot by the Americans. That doesn't get through traffic. Again, for me, watching the preliminary rounds, I got Sweden, Czechs, Americans, Canadians, Finland as my top teams. Do you last longer in a heavyweight fight versus Fedor in a one-on-one shootout or with Ovi? Oh, I would probably beat Fedor. I don't know how much hockey Fedor's played, but I imagine I could hold my own against Fedor. Bro, not Ovi. Not that Ovi, I mean, I can't even say Ovi doesn't have dangles. It's fucking Ovechkin. If he wanted to dangle, he could. Oh, nice tip play attempt, but great defense by Sweden. Americans starting to take over a little bit offensively, but the Swedish defense making it difficult for them in front of the net and in the corner here. But the Americans, they get the puck back. Almost went for the friggin' spinorama. but couldn't balance that puck. But the States still have it. Oh my God, a single effort and shot that goes left and wide. Now the spinorama attempt, but there was someone on the back door unable to retrieve it. And here comes Sweden. Ow! Ow! He got mowed over. He got mowed over again. What a start to the game, guys. What a start to the game. Sweden, they get it back. They're coming up center. They got some tired legs, man. Literally just skates right to the bench before he dumps this in. What a shift for the Americans. And it looks like the Grand Casino Arena is packed right now for this American game. So how do you like that shit, World Hockey Report? Absolutely packed for the game that, let's be honest, one of the games that mattered. Rockets, you know the answer to that question. You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. This is YouTube in 2025. Bro, it was a freaking double Dion. That's some bowling pin action. That hit the post. Oh my God, it hit the post. I didn't know if it hit a body or not, but... $13.40. God, you missed a fun stream, sis. I think I only crashed out once. But Buddy, who like caused it, ended up staying the whole time and actually was like kind of chill. No, he was pretty chill. He was pretty chill. He just really loves the UFC. 13-13. Hey, happy holidays, KQ. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are your holidays going so far? Happy New Year, by the way. So a few more hours. What a better way to bring in the new year than to watch back-to-back great hockey games. And then I'm going to be watching fight highlights with the homies on my other YouTube channel. And then honestly, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, I am going to bed. Peace out 2025. I'm going to bed, dude. I am tired and my sleep schedule is fucked. Honestly, neither of these teams have been able to get any opportunities here in the last 2 minutes. 3-3 on shots, but nice takeaway by the Americans. Oh my God, the Dangles. What a save by the Swedish netminder. Backhand attempt by the Americans. Puck still loose. The Americans still have it. What a save by the Swedish netminder. Another freaking backhand shot. Another save by Sweden. If not for the Swedish goaltender, this would be 3. This could be a 3-0 game. Oh my God. Opportunity after opportunity, and Sweden finally gets things out. Dude, the Americans are here to play on home soil today. Yes, sir. Hey, fair enough. Respect. JG2. Oh, shot goes out. JG2 and Uriah Faber ended up hanging out in the chat. Well, I'm just going to say Uriah Faber, A1 Combat is Uriah Faber and not an admin. Because they didn't deny it. Amberly was like, oh my God, it's Faber. Can I get your autograph? So I'm just going to assume, because it's almost like every, by the way, TV timeout. It's almost every big stream now where you're at Faber A1 Combat's just chilling in the live chat. And like, it was unprompted. It was what we were talking about. We were talking about like some of the better promotions in 2025 that we didn't really know about, who were like developing guys to go to like the UFC or PFL or whatever. And they were like, A1 Combat. I was like, yo, what's up? Wait, Sweden is not part of NATO? See, those Canada logos are the best. I don't know if you guys are watching on TSN right now. Wait, so it's in the Maritimes next year, Red Deer the year after, then they go to Europe? Oh, no, wait, that's at 2027. My bad. So, okay. Red Deer. Why did I read somewhere that they... Oh, maybe the Maritimes is 2029? I don't know. Yo, this Swedish goaltender's pads are sick, too. Yo, look at this guy. He's like, how did he make that save, bro? How did he make that save? Oh, okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure the Swedes are. All right. Face-off won by Team USA. The Swedes behind the net. Sweden back pass up the left wall. And finally able to make a play, but puck jammed in the corner, and the Americans get it back in their zone. Big hit by Sweden, but puck comes up the left side. Neutral zone, nice little short pass and shot again. Beautiful save by Sweden. God, the Swedish netminder is standing on his freaking head. Dude, I can't wait to travel Europe someday. Oh, and the Swedish forwards ran into each other at the top of the circle, but that's going to be offside for the Americans. So they're going to have to just... Oh, they just dump it in now and go change up, as do the Swedes. Volkan in the chat, he lives in Amsterdam. Puck just back and forth in the neutral zone. Sweden has it. Slot pass. Left side. Oh my God, what a play. Cross ice pass. And just like that, after getting their ass kicked, honestly, for the first half of the round, they come back strong with some crazy passing plays. So up through, so neutral zone, right side, cross ice, left side of the netminder, in the net, dude. Oh my God. Look at this play. Look at this play. Starting from the blue line, it was a good play. Oh, it bounced off. Did it bounce off the skate? Oh my God, I thought the Swede hit it. It bounced off the skate. It bounced off the American skate. That's even worse. I thought the Swede hit that. It bounced off the American skate. That was an own goal. Oh my God, the Swedes literally give the Americans a taste of their own medicine. Holy crap. And it is a 1-0 Sweden on New Year's Eve. Of course, the Americans score on themselves to open up the scoring. You know, with a little help from their friends. So you say plus 210. Period 1 is dead, but 1.5 goals has a chance. This Swedish goaltender is standing on his freaking head, dude. Like, it is because of him that they are up 1 goal. And not, like, tying it and or trying to come back. Here comes Sweden. Halfway through the first period. Nice little pass up the left wall. Sweden still with it. They lightly send it into the corner. Can't hold on to it, though. Well, enough to get it back at center. Blue line. Backhand around the net. Sweden's there to pick it up. Back to the blue line. Shot. That's tipped right and wide. Sweden retrieves it in the corner. I will say the U.S., their pressure and ability to just tighten all these gaps has been really good in the first period. But fuck, as soon as Sweden has an opportunity, they're pounced. A nice sharp angle shot. Great save for the Americans. Very tough angle. 9:02. Both teams going to change. Sweden makes their breakout. Sweden up the left side. And that's going to be icing. If I get another goal in the next 8:53, I'll be happy. Off the skate, man. That sucks. Oh, Craig Button's on the call for this one. What? Freaking Mike Johnson and Gordon Miller get a break or what? Oh, no, I've just been listening to Mariucci so much. Never mind. They're doing Canada. I think every game we've streamed. Oh, Zellers drove the net but couldn't get that forehand. He held it backhand, couldn't get that pass. Well, to himself, couldn't get that forehand shot off. Sweden trying to get out the right side. They force it to center ice. Change up the defenseman. Or one of them anyways. Touch pass to Zellers. He's had an unbelievable tournament. He tried to feed his man in the slop. The States still have it. Shot back. That goes left wide and trickles around the net. The Americans have it again. Oh, big hit by Sweden. And the U.S. player goes down. Slow to get up and slow to get back to the bench here as Sweden forces puck into the American zone. Jeez, man. So for the Americans, who the heck is the starter? One sec. All right, so Herenstam and Noling. Eight minutes. I think that's yes. What's up, dude? How's it going? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So yeah, Brady is in net for the Americans. And Mr. Love is in net. Like, Mr. Love is in net for Sweden. I'm sorry. Miss Jackson. Ooh. 7:25, battling at center ice. How's your day going, buddy? Guys, don't forget to vote in the poll question. So far, despite being down a goal, the Americans have been having the stronger period. And they dump it in as USA is going to make a change. I mean, the Americans are the only ones who have a goal. They scored on themselves, but they have a goal. Good. Not a fan of Hale this tournament. Yeah, giving Brady the opportunity in a big game like this is huge. Smoke movie got him. That would be insane. You might have to twist the biggest blunt if that happens. Oh, pass to the slot was... Well, it was just a terrible pass. And Sweden forced his team to have to glove that one down to get it in. Not enough time. The Americans actually get it back. USA sends it up the left side. Oh. All right, flipping it up and high off the glass now, but Sweden able to keep this in. And it is onside, but USA gets the puck back. Nice little pass into the... Well, nice little dump anyways by the Americans at the blue line. They're able to finish their change, hold the neutral zone, and they're able to poke this back in the Swedish zone. Sweden forced to break out again, and a great forecheck by the Americans, almost getting that back in front of the net. Played well against the Swiss. Much better in my opinion. Hey, glad Bob's recognizing that too. What's up, Max? Just crashed out and placed it on Team USA, wins more, and gives them a chance too. I don't give a fuck if the decision's rigged. 5:31. There were so many people last night in the chat who got to learn about that lore. Oh, nice pass by Sweden, top of the circle, shot, great. I don't even think that one went through, actually, and the Americans get it back. 6-6 in shots, 5 minutes left. Sweden is up a goal, but the Americans are the only ones who've scored so far. They just scored on themselves. Oh, that's Hank. What's up, Hank? Got Team USA plus 180. Hey, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. Again, despite thinking that Sweden is the best team in the tournament, the Americans can 100. Like, this is anyone's game. Oh, Team USA gets it, and they're just pumped right now. Huge home crowd cheering them on. Nice shot again. And save for Sweden. Oh, and some chatter after the whistle as Sweden and US bump heads a little bit. Bro, that Swede who scored, who's getting credit for the goal, his name is so long it goes as far as to his freaking shoulder pads. Hell yeah. All right, TV timeout, guys. Shots 6 apiece. Sweden winning more faceoffs, but it doesn't matter because the States are getting I imagine the States are getting more takeaways. It's on NHL Network in the States. It's on TSN in Canada. Hello, Hank. Is that like one of his second accounts or something? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm seeing Crave commercials. How funny is that? I haven't seen a Crave commercial in like 3 years. Or 4 years, I guess now. Sis is like, what the hell is Crave? Oh, Sean Horkoff here. Wait, I didn't know Sean Horkoff was the assistant general manager of the friggin' Red Wings. I know his kid's playing for Team USA. And Kyle Dubas is literally sitting in the audience, just friggin' mucking some popcorn. Jason Spezza there as well. All the big names are here for this game. I mean, it's Sweden, USA. Kenny Biggums and Hank are actually best friends. I don't know if you guys know that. Hank told me he actually likes him more than Vinny. 4:30. Sweden has it at the blue line. Shot. Damn, how did that get through? Great save for Team USA, but that went through every single body on the ice. All right, we're going to have a face-off in the American zone. What's up, Hogger Mom? I think it's the other way around, sis. I don't think Kenny hates anybody. And icing on the Americans. To the left of the netminder. Brady Noling. Oh, yeah, he's only like 17 or 18. He's super young. So he's going to Boston next year? Or say Boston University? Puck in the neutral zone. They're battling for it on the right wall. And that goes back to the Swedish defenseman. Plays to the center, who's coming up the center ice with speed. I will say the Americans look like they have the speed advantage. Oh, nifty move, backhand play. No one there in the slot, but Swedes still have it back to the blue line. What a nifty play. Shot. And that gets deflected in front, back to the blue line. Shot. Sweden has it behind the net. Left side, all the way back to the blue line. Dumps back in. Corner. Sweden unable to keep this one in. And this is going to go all the way down the ice. And 3 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. And the Americans can't get a change. Unable to get a change. And Sweden can load up their players here and take advantage of some tired legs to the Americans. Hey, what's up, Max? I wish Russia was in this tournament. What teams are you most excited to watch in this tournament now that because Russia's not in it right now? I miss Trey Augustine. Yep. See you later, Hog from home. Sounds good. We'll be a little bit late for that game, but we're going to join that game right when this one ends. We're going back to back tonight. Wish there was like half an hour between them, but hey. It is what it is. Oh, good cross check by the Americans. I don't know who that was, but that one player. Right side of the neutral zone. Oh, and a big reverse hit by Sweden. And the boys are playing tough here tonight. Shot from the blue line. That goes up but stays in play. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Yes, Happy New Year. I'm going to stay up till midnight because I'm going to be streaming on on City Life. But as soon as the clock hits midnight, I'm going to bed. As soon as the clock hits midnight, I am going to bed. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're on Twitter/X or Facebook, come over to YouTube. We have full podcasts, multiple live streams every single week, podcast recordings, clips, videos every day, watch parties. I mean, if you're a hockey fan, an NHL fan, or a Minnesota Wild fan, and I guess now a Canucks fan, because so many people now are watching to get Quinn Hughes updates. Subscribe to the channel. Yes, likely going to be out for the tournament. But I think they're still just going to check on him like every couple days and see. Happy New Year. I was going to go to the Canada-Finland game, but honestly, hockey, I am so tired. I stayed up last night watching Japanese MMA, so I'm just beat. I'm going to go to the next Canada game. I'll go to the next Canada game. I'm at least going to one more. I know they're going to be a little bit more expensive in the next round, but $30 to go last time, and honestly, my buddy paid for me, so thank you. Thank you, Randy. But if I have to pay like $80 to go see Canada, dude, when they were in Vancouver, tickets were like $280. Luckily, a college girlfriend at the time paid for those tickets. But still, huge loss. It was really, really good hockey from home. One of the better Ryzen cards of the year. What a way to end off the card. Satoshi getting kneed in the face. Insane. From the guy who was supposed to beat Bay Noah, I mean, you can't write that shit. 2:11, we're getting another whistle. USA being sponsored by Chipotle just embodies that American ethos. Hashtag supersize me. Wait, wrong company. If I wanted to watch hardly no scoring in 20 minutes, I would... 1 minute 55 seconds. I wonder what he's doing. Actually, I don't really. I'll take that back. 1:45. Sweden able to hold it in just for a moment, though, as the Americans get it back and set it down the right wall. Foligno finally scored his first goal. Let's go, Marcus Foligno. Yeah, there's also Minnesota Wild hockey's going on right now, too. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Vote in the poll question. USA leading 63%, Sweden 20%, Finland 9%, Czechia 8%, and nobody in the chat has said Canada. 1:12. Oh, shot the point. And Sweden is able to retrieve it and get it out. Sweden. Left side shot. Nice save by Brady Nolings. And we're going to get another whistle for the Americans. True. Man, both these teams are throwing the body, but the Swedes are a little bit bigger. So there's been a couple nasty reverse hits. James Higgins takes the brunt of that one. They just can't beat the friggin' Sharks. Some teams, man, they just got your friggin' number. Face off to the left of USA. Oh, off the draw pass. That goes left and wide. Oh, right. The game was earlier today. What am I saying? I literally was watching a little bit of the first period. The Americans come through neutral zone. Left side. They send it around. And unable to get that shot off. Here come the Swedes. Final seconds of this first period. Shot by the Americans, right side. Sweden makes the save. 7.9. And we have some pushing and shoving. Bro, okay. The ref number 58, guys. Stripes number 58. I saw him. He was also reffing the Germany-United States game. He is so pumped to be there. Like, if there's any sick plays, any sick saves, he's going up to the boys and he's like, bro, that was so sick. I think he's a linesman. I haven't even looked at it yet, Hockey from Home. But I heard the Americans were crying about theirs. Maybe we'll watch that in the second period. Or we'll go over in the second period. All right, Celebrini, McDavid. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it's a pretty stacked team, and I'm stoked that Bo Horvath got chosen. And that's going to do it for the first period. And some... Oh, Sweden and the States are getting into it a little bit. And again, both these teams, and they always play chippy against each other. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Celebrini made the team. I'm scared for our goaltending, but I mean, we're friggin' stacked everywhere else. So awesome to see that Brad Marchand makes the team. It's an older team, Hockey from Home, eh? Oh, it was a headbutt save. A headbutt save. A freaking headbutt save. Unreal. What a period, guys. What a period. I cannot believe Sweden is up 1-0. They had a tough first 10 minutes, chat. They had a tough first 10 minutes. The Americans were pressuring them like crazy. Not necessarily out shooting them, but just out pressuring them, out muscling them. And then the shots started to come, and the Swedish goaltender, man, unbelievable. Playing out of his mind, making some insane saves. Insane saves. And literally, after coming off a freaking onslaught of pressure, Sweden, man, I cannot believe it. A beautiful play from the blue line, sends it up to the top of the circle. Corner of the, corner, entering the zone at the blue line. I think it was the right corner. Sends it to the slot. Fake shot, passes it left, top of the circle, cross ice to the man with the open net, but instead it hits the American skate. So Sweden is up a goal, but the Americans actually scored the first goal. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. No special teams yet, despite how physical these guys are playing. Oh, okay, Hog from Home. We let them in the first period, so bro didn't hurt them themselves. They only won because Donald told them to go down one. Well, I mean, they scored on themselves, so I don't think that was the game plan. I don't think the coaches encourage any player to go score on yourself. So I don't think that's the case. All right, you know what? We will go over the Olympic rosters in the second intermission, but I've been waiting to play this one. This is a little bit of an older interview. I think we banked this one right before the start of the Gophers season, but cool to see that Gophers freshman and Team USA World Junior player LJ Mooney, who's actually looked really good, is going to join this broadcast a little bit. We're going to play a little bit of the interview that we had with him on Fellowship of the Rink a couple months ago. A full interview is here in the chat if you guys want to check it out later. So there you go. We're going to take a quick break here. On the other side, we will come back and, we'll go over a couple of the Olympic rosters. We'll go over the rest of them in between the second and third period. I'm just going to refill my water bottle, drain the main vein, and tease a little bit of this interview with you guys. Again, subscribe to the channel as we do post full Fellowship of the Ring episodes with athletic writer Joe Smith. We also post full episodes and streams of Wildly Informed and Judd's Buds, as well as clips and exclusive content. Not even just weekly, because obviously weekly, but pretty much daily. Stupid, sexy celebrity. Dude, making Team Canada living rent-free in Wild players' heads. Hey, at least Moose got his first goal. Great to see you, Creepy Colors. Great to see you. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for supporting both this channel and City Life. Cannot wait for the LFA event. Cannot wait for some Minnesota MMA. I will be going to at least one more of these World Junior Games. I was going to go to the Canada-Finland game tonight, but 8.5 hours of Ryzen last night. I don't even know how I'm like awake right now, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I'm on autopilot. Because even as I utter these words, my brain is going, you're not even thinking about these words. How are you even going right now? But we got back-to-back streams here. I could not miss USA, Sweden, and Canada, Finland here tonight, at least to hang out and watch with you guys. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, 3 to 5 minutes, and leave you guys with a clip from our interview that we had with LJ Mooney, freshman for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and having a pretty damn good tournament with Team USA here. So don't go anywhere. Back on the other side, LJ Mooney.
Joining the show today is one of us, which I imagine is a result of his cousin waterboarding him with maroon and gold Kool-Aid. USNTDP product, Montreal Canadiens draft pick, and among the latest wave of incoming Gopher freshmen, LJ Mooney. Thanks for jumping on with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, obviously, Logan played some kind of part in you becoming a Gopher. We'll get into all that later, but I gotta know, right off the jump, did he also brainwash you into being a Capitals fan?
No, he did not. No, I was a Red Wings fan growing up. So
okay, Red Wings. Any reason?
Datsuk was the big reason going into that. So
that's like the one acceptable reason for me. So you passed.
Yep.
What did you love about his game? Like, what did you enjoy the most? Like watching him, the Magic Man, I guess, and what he did.
Yeah, I think obviously the stuff he did, like his highlights. Watching those, still watch those every day. Like, how could you not? But also like his stick work, like the way he could take the puck off like defenders or anyone, like just pick the puck and on the defensive side, he's just a good role model to watch.
Like in Pittsburgh, I know you have a lot of guys who are kind of mentors for you. You know, JT Miller, who I covered in Tampa, you know, Trocheck, who said you might be the best one to come out of there here. Just what's the influence like of being able to train with some of those guys? You know, I don't know how often you're with JT or Gibson, like in the summertime. But just what's that like to have those kind of guys who have paved the way for you?
Yeah, I'm obviously super lucky to have those guys around. Just them being from Pittsburgh too is pretty cool, and seeing what they've done in the NHL. So yeah, having them around is unbelievable, and then also being able to learn from them on the ice, it's very good for me. And yeah, I'm just really lucky to have those guys and have them as mentors around during the summer. It's pretty cool.
Like, what do you take from their games? You know, you can't take JT Miller power forward size, right? You could probably steal some stuff from Trocheck in the corners, I guess. But like, what kind of things do you kind of try to find from their game that you like?
Yeah, obviously just watching kind of stuff they do in like the small area games and stuff. It's obviously a lot different than what I'm used to, like watching them. But they're two pretty unbelievable face-off guys. I like to try to kind of take that away from them too. Work on that. But JT will just talk to me about little things, like if I do something, like what could I do better there? But so it's pretty cool to have him.
Like, obviously the name of the podcast is Fellowship of the Rink. I don't know if you're a Lord of the Rings fan or not, or if you've seen them at all or whatever. If you haven't seen them, that's fine. But wondering if you had any kind of nerd itch or like movie series, book series, like video games that you gotta go to like off the ice thing.
No, I like to watch a lot of movies, but yeah, not a video. I don't play video games. Don't really. Yeah, I'm a big movie guy though. I like to watch movies. I don't really have any series or anything that I like more than anything else, but just whatever's new. Like try to watch Happy Gilmore 2 after this. I haven't got to that yet, but I gotta watch that soon.
That's on the list for us tonight too.
Yeah.
What's your top 3 movies then? Your top 3 movies you've ever seen?
Gotta put Miracle #1.
Okay.
Just watching that. I like you guys ever see Roadhouse? The old one, like not the newer one, but I like that one a lot. I like old school movies. My dad gets me into those, but I can't think of another one really off the top of my head. But I like a lot of the Marvel movies too. So.
Scott, I wonder what old school means to him. Like, I'd love to know the age group, like what old school means.
Yeah,
like,
what's the cutoff for old school?
Not Casablanca, but we have old school movies like Rocky is old school for us.
Oh yeah, those are unreal. I like those.
Oh man, well, all right, we'll just spin off of the Miracle angle here. USA Hockey in general. I mean, obviously, you've had a lot of opportunities to represent your country. This interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products, so make sure you shop the link in the description. Zamboni's on 7th Restaurant and Bar right across the street from Grand Casino Arena in downtown St. Paul. You'll find a joke at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Enjoy happy hour food and drink specials when you stop in for the shows. Or if you've got something to say and enjoy stepping into the spotlight, go to zambonison7th.com and sign up to join the show. Spots fill up fast, and they do cap the number of comedians each week, so do not delay. Also, stay tuned for details on their once-a-month Friday night comedy show, Freaky Funny Fridays, beginning Friday, November 21st, featuring some of the hottest comedians in the Twin Cities. Zamboni's on 7th is a joke, but only on Wednesday evenings. And the occasional Friday.
And we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another World Junior Watch Party. Arguably the best 2 games of the preliminaries. We got Sweden versus the United States, Finland versus Canada later tonight in just about an hour's time. So we are going to be joining the Canada and Finland game a little bit late, okay? We're getting through this one, then we'll jump over to Canada. I wish they separated it a little bit more. I wish they at least started it at 8:30 Eastern, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The boys, the families, they got to get to their New Year's Eve festivities. Darren Dreger, by the way, looking sharp as hell in that suit. My God. Doug Armstrong, him and James Duffy actually doing a quick little feature at Mariucci before things get going over there. But Olympic rosters have been announced, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a little bit of time before the second period starts. So let's get to it. Let's react to the U.S. one since we are watching USA here. Then we'll go over some of the other teams as well. All right, so for Team USA, Come on, guys. All these articles are only like a one paragraph announcement leading to like some other like subscription blog. Oh no, the US hasn't even announced theirs yet. They're announcing theirs on January 2nd. Okay, whatever. I guess we're all just going to react to Canada's. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I didn't hear that the United States were going to announce it. I just figured if Canada did, then all of them were going to, but whatever. All right. This is what we got for Canada. Let me share this on screen with you guys too. So we probably got one more TV timeout until we get back to the second period, guys. Again, big shout out to all of you who are hanging out with us here today. Back-to-back streams, you guys can see we have the other stream already set up. I wish they didn't overlap, but it is what it is. I suppose it is what it is. All right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So for Team Canada... Macklin Celebrini, Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon, Sam Reinhart, Brandon Hagel, Brandon Hagel, Braden Point, Mark Stone, Brad Marchand, Nick Suzuki, Tom Wilson, Bull Horvat, so fucking stoked that he's an extra, and Anthony Cirelli, jeez. This is the lack of sleep from staying up all night. I celebrated New Year's a night early with our friends out east. Anthony Cirelli, Bo Horvat, love the two extras, especially Bo Horvat. Love that Brad Marchand made the team. And honestly, like, the forwards are insanely deep. Love the defense. Yes. I know you guys won't believe me, but I'm stoked Cale Makar's on the team. Devon Taves, Cale Makar, you got to bring him. Morrissey, Parayko, Drew Doughty. I think him and Crosby are the only... Yeah, they're the only two returning Olympic players. Travis Senheim and Shea Theodore. The goalies for the United States are the only... I mean, Logan Thompson, him and Kemper have been way better than Binnington this year. I hope Binnington's like the third option that they don't even have to go to. But so some of the snubs, this is the Athletic. Scheifele, Bedard, Wyatt Johnson... Honestly, I would rather have Scheifele versus Bedard and Johnston. And as far as the defense, I think the defense is fine, man. I'm all right without Bouchard. I'm all right without Chychrun. Maybe I'm leaning more Chychrun versus Bouchard. Blackwood, I don't know why Binnington was... probably because of the Four Nations. I'd rather have Blackwood than Binnington, but... no Sam Bennett either. I mean, if you can't fight in the Olympics, why are you bringing Sam Bennett on the team, right? Tom Wilson is your Sam Bennett for the Olympics. All right, let's get to the comments here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I mean, with Canada, you can nitpick all you want. I think it's a good team. A lot of returning players from the Four Nations as well, but a little less grit, a little bit more skilled for the IIHF. I get it. Lamario. Good luck. Celebrini surprises me every time I see him play. He's great. He's unreal. No Bedard. Me too. You can't fight in the Olympics. Fake sport. I mean, you can fight. You just get tossed. Like, they'll let it happen, but you get tossed. The IIHF is soft, brother. But I will say this, and the IOC doesn't want to be liable for like fucking heads hitting the ice and shit. And yeah, anyways, I get it, but it sucks, and I don't agree with it. In the old days, they would just fight anyways, and the Olympics would just, would just have to deal with it. Or it was hush-hush, and they just didn't televise those ones. Like, do you remember that one game where the Soviets played Canada, and Canada ended up fighting the Soviets because they were like, fuck the Cold War and fuck you guys too? And literally, they fought for 20 minutes. Everyone in the stands left. The police tried to come in and break up the fights. The refs just said fuck this and left. And the arena lights were turned off, and they literally just kept scrapping until the boys were so tired they couldn't fight anymore. And they both were tossed from the tournament. And some random team won that year. Theo Fleury was on the team. He talks about it in his book. All right. Period number 2. I almost said round. Is underway. The Mercedes when it was called the Soviet Union, but I've watched like 10 hockey games in my life. Football, basketball is a lot better for me. I wish you liked fighting, brother. Quinn had a breakaway in OT. It was a bad shot. 1936. I liked basketball, and I always thought I'd be a basketball fan, but the NBA is an absolute joke, and I don't have time to watch the Lithuanian League, which is the only basketball league I think is worth watching. It's such a good league. They actually care about winning and play the sport how it's supposed to be played. And they fight all the time, so I love it. 1911. NBA run by the players is a joke, and they're too soft, and I hate it. 1903. As critical as I am about football, they are not soft players, and they put their bodies through hell. 1918. I'm just teasing. You probably watch more fights than me. Americans come. Oh, nice. Breakout pass. Able to touch it. And forced to play was the Swedish goaltender, so that's obviously going to negate icing. The States are trying to get the puck back here, but Sweden comes away with it as they speed through center. I will say the Americans have had the speed advantage and the explosiveness advantage throughout this entire game, and a 2-on-1 great opportunity, but a good save, and this might be a penalty as the Americans come through the crease and bulldoze the Swedish netminder. Yo, what's up, Mitch? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm recovering from the 8.5-hour Ryzen stream, but we got Team USA Sweden, and then we got Canada against Finland right after this, and then I'm going to bed. Yo, how amazing. This is the best run the Buffalo Sabres have been on in the last decade. I just don't like games that have no flow, so that's like a personal preference. And just 4 downs is weird. I'm less critical of football than I am of other sports because I get that it's like such a technical and like there's so much art to it. Like I respect all like coaching stuff. I respect everything that goes into play a football game. I just don't like that type of choppy ass fucking chess type sport. I like the flow. I like the flow aspect of sports, right? Hockey, fighting, or, you know, very much that. Lacrosse, box lacrosse anyways. Calcio Storico. 18 minutes. I'm so stoked Calcio Storico is like actually televised now on DAZN. Not just YouTube. That's why Anthony Edwards is not... that's why I love Anthony Edwards. He's not soft at all. Yeah, there's a few OGs, like modern players who play like OGs in the NBA still, which is nice. But I just don't got time for it. Plus, like, I don't have a team in the NBA. Like, if I grew up with like the Vancouver Grizzlies, then okay, maybe I'd be a little bit more like, at least I have a team. Like I don't really watch football, but I'm, you know, BC Lions till I die, bitch. You know. 1743. And here come the Swedes up the right side, trying to find someone at the top of the circle, but instead elects to go to the blue line, back up the right wall. The defense joins the rush, finds someone in the slot, shot, that goes right and wide. I guarantee if you put it on the hardwood and I told you to run for 60 minutes, you'd respect it. I mean, no, I respect ball hockey players a lot too. I don't respect players who flail around and when a player goes, they fall to the ground and you know, claim getting a penalty. That is disgusting. And I have zero respect for anybody who does that. Oh, shot! And the Swedes, They score, and they noticed it before the ref. Beautiful pass in and out, and the refs missed it. The light didn't even trickle, but the Swedes, they knew they scored, and they're up 2-0. Again, Sis, I loved watching basketball in the 90s and early 2000s. Or I loved watching the NBA. I like the sport of basketball. I think the NBA... Oh, it hit the camera. That's why. I think the NBA is a horrendous league to watch, personally. And I have no respect for what it's become. Not even a little bit. Like, I used to watch playoffs just because of sports. I don't even watch playoffs anymore. Could care less. Even if the Vancouver Grizzlies ever come back or the Sonics, no interest. Like I said, if I'm going to watch basketball, I'm watching the Lithuanian League. It's a way better league. Entertainment-wise. And old-school basketball vibes. 1644. The best era of basketball vibes. Backhand by Sweden. They bring it in smoothly. Sweden with another shot. Trying to find someone in front of the backhand. And a great save. Sprawling save for Team USA. Did you Tarasenko shot today? That puck had a family. No, I didn't watch the game today. But you know we love Tarasenko.
The right way. How much does that rub off on you and the rest of the team?
What's a rub off means?
How much do you learn from that?
Okay.
Nah, dude. The NBA is soft. The Lithuanian league isn't soft. I guarantee the Russian league isn't soft. $16.32. Sabres always kind of have a squad too. It's annoying. Bro, I haven't seen a big man do damage in the paint in almost 20 years. That's what's so boring. Same to me, if I had a hockey team from young, it would be more of a lifelong thing. I got a football and basketball and baseball teams. No. And like, look, we're homies and I respect you being a hardcore sports fan. I respect all hardcore sports fans, but like, as a sports fan, I want to fucking speak my mind. Like, Shane is a hardcore basketball fan. He rolls his eyes at all my basketball takes, but Shane probably wishes I was a basketball fan. Nice shot by the Swedes, and the Americans make a save, battling for it in the neutral zone. That's been the last 3 minutes. Last 45 minutes, waste of time. I'm not going to lie, like when I was into basketball, I loved that last like 5 minutes that turned out to be 30 minutes. Because it was honestly the most competitive part of the game. Again, Lithuanian league getting softer. 15-23. Never going to make an NBA fan out of me, brother. Oh, nice shot by Sweden. It's just going to get softer and softer and controlled by the players the more and more it grows in our lifetime. So it's just going to get worse and worse. Tarasenko goal was nasty. 14:58. Calcio Storico. That's one of the greatest sports on the planet. Oh! Moves by Sweden trying to hit their man at the top of the circle and unable to get that in. Nice little sprawl save by the Americans. They bring it up the right side. It's a sport. It's just barely a sport because they don't fight. It's like a fringe sport. It's a game, kind of like darts. The Winter Classic on Friday, but it doesn't make sense that it's in Florida. I know. The Winter Classic has lost all its original magic. I think basketball is a great sport. I think the NBA is a horrendous league. There we go. Football, basketball number one, football close. That's because my team is peaking. Let's go. Like, I'll watch football. I will not watch the NBA. I'd rather watch darts, and honestly, curling is way more badass than the NBA because people actually fight in curling and it's unreal. Dude, right? Honestly, I think going to darts or curling tournaments are insane. You probably see more fights in the crowd than anywhere else. Probably more than like rodeos or MMA shows, as I see at least one fight crowd at every MMA show at Mystic Lake Casino in Minnesota. 1428. There's more cops presence at an MMA show these days than at the freaking airport. Even Shaq and Charles Barkley don't like the NBA. Oh, nice attempt again there by the Swedes trying to get a tip-in play. Man, the Americans have been or were a step ahead of the Swedes despite the Swedes being up a goal. Because the Americans actually scored that goal on themselves. But the Swedes are feeling it here. And momentum is everything. Nice pass to the left side and Sweden scores. Momentum is everything. What did I just say? Literally uttered those words. Momentum is everything, and the Swedes scored. They have just been pressure, and not taking their foot off the gas, even defensively here, even in their breakouts, in their transitions, and they're making the United States pay for it. What a shot. For a team that started so slow in the first 10 minutes of this game, man, Sweden is now up 3-0. Dude, going to a darts event and like vlogging it or doing a stream there would be peak sports YouTube. As a Terran Market fan, I would say that the Toronto season, as a Toronto Market fan, I love that. The Toronto season this year was probably the worst season that they've had in the Canadian Football League. And you've been watching very long time. The Argos are like my arch nemesis. So whenever the Argos don't do well, I smile. Sorry. I'm a BC boy, so not a big fan of Toronto sports, but love all my homies from Ontario. Do you see Luke Litter turn heel on the crowd a couple days ago? If not, I got to tag you. Yes, that was awesome. That was awesome. Look, all sports and all leagues have their moments. And that's why I still watch like ESPN and TSN. So I'm not completely out of the loop. But I just love violence, guys, okay? I love competitive and professional violence. 1304. You would love Wemby. Look at his highlights. I bet you're like, wow, he's super old school. He will mess you up. He plays angry at the world. Is he the French guy? Oh, and a penalty on Sweden. Is this going to be a big upset? I still think there's time for the Americans to come back, and now they're going on the power play. This is the first power play of the game. Team USA moneyline only plus 750, down 3. That feels not very juicy. Shouldn't it be like plus 1750? No, so many goals are scored in this World Junior Tournament. This is why. Here, let me show you. Because in a span of like 10 minutes, there could be another 6 goals. So in the last game, I think the States played... Was it the Czechs? I'll bring it up here in a sec. All right. What the fuck game was it? No, the Slovaks. Okay, so in the second period alone, 6 goals were scored. So I think there was only 1 goal that was scored in the first period, and then 6 were scored in the second. So that's probably why. And like, look at the goals that are scored in this tournament, right? Like some games are tight. Don't get me wrong, but like fuck, even this one could be high scoring. Dude, this game was 3-2 for the longest time. Latvia is such a weird team. Good some nights, getting trounced the other nights. I think these players just play so fucking hard that the back-to-back games just kill them, man. You're not human if you don't like violence. It's a high-scoring tournament, man. It's a high-scoring tournament. Okay, yeah. Him and Connor Bedard did like a jersey exchange. Well, I'm from Buffalo, but I consider Toronto and Canada my second home because of how close it is to Buffalo. Yeah, I mean, you guys share Niagara Falls. I can honestly say that I hate Toronto Maple Leafs. I was born in Western Canada, and we had only Toronto sports news shoved down our throats on all Sports Center for all my life. So I've just always had like a vendetta against Toronto sports. The Raptors, I guess, are the only team I don't like hate. I just meh. But they're definitely not my team. Oh, what a save by Sweden. A beautiful, beautiful pass by the Americans right in front of the net. And man, this netminder for Sweden has been unbelievable. Love Harenstam, dude. Love Harenstam for Sweden. Shots 15-12 for Sweden. Americans on the power play. 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. Everybody knew he was one and done. Nobody in Canada, fans of the Raptors or bandwagoners, or even just casuals like myself, figured he'd stay. I would say he was the only NBA player I cared about. So I was stoked that he at least came to Canada because we got a lot of coverage of him. And I guess that was the only time where I was like kind of cheering for a Toronto team. But I was cheering for Kawhi, not necessarily the Raptors. Everybody, he's loved here. Because like they knew they weren't keeping him, but they were stoked that he was like, bitch, I'll go to Canada and win a championship. That's how good I am. And he did it. Oh, here comes Sweden 1-on-2. Oh, nice little nifty move. Unable to finish it as he loses a skate. Sweden gets it back in their own zone. And great pressure by the Americans. Good forecheck. The Americans get it back here. Sweden couldn't get it out. Oh, shot from the slot, and that doesn't get through. Left and wide. Again, love these Swedish goalie pads, man. Oh, cross-ice pass. Pass. Shot of the slot. Rebound. Scores. And the Americans are finally on the board. The Swedish goaltender can only make so many saves, boys. And the Americans are on the board. The crowd going crazy. Their second goal of the game, but first one on the opponent's goalie. NATO goal. I hate him when he went to Toronto. He's this bitch. He had a sore knee, and then he sits out for the finals because moment of his life. That's why they traded him to the place he didn't want to go. I couldn't understand how he sat out because his knee was sore. It's the finals. See, players running the league. Even though I'm a fan of Kawhi Leonard because I just love the way he plays or played. I don't even know if he's still playing. I was a fan of him, and I'd follow him, and I'd like go out of my way just to watch like Spurs games. And like I followed that playoff run with the Raptors with him. I'm a fun guy. I think my Facebook profile picture for like a year, and I wasn't even a basketball fan, was Kawhi Leonard. I remember I was dating a girl in college for a little bit, and her like mom looked me up on Facebook, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why is who is this guy? You're dating Kawhi Leonard?" 10:41. Only to click through a couple other pictures and be like, "Oh, not Kawhi Leonard." Halfway through the second period, Sweden up by only 2 shots, 15 apiece. Lavia, dude, they're going to be fighting for their life in relegation, but they have had a competitive tournament. I can say that I'm rooting for USA in Canada's tournament. Hopefully Canada, we absolutely humiliate Finland today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a tough game. Sweden back through center. They finish up their change. Up the right side. Sweden. Sharp angle shot. Great save for the Americans. I promise you, if you look into that situation, you'll not be a fan of him. Well, I'm not a fan of him, but I think he's an amazing player. Like, again, I don't care about, as long as he didn't John Jones, his wife, then I really don't care about anything. Again, I don't care about the NBA in the slightest bit. He was just he just played the sport incredibly well, in my opinion. And that's all I cared about. That doesn't surprise me though, because that is the NBA, and that is why I hate the NBA and think it's an absolute joke and a disgrace to the sport of basketball. It always is a tough game. Remember when Finland beat us in 2019 quarterfinals? Overshird's ability when he was peaking was insane. He just has the it factor. You either have a clutch gene or you don't have a clutch gene. Yeah. Unfortunately, someone who probably like DeRozan, he wasn't at a Kawhi level, but like bled the sport and bled for his team, right? Again, I don't even know if DeRozan's still playing. TV timeout, by the way, guys. I don't even know if DeRozan's still playing, but if he was like not just a great player, but was like a superstar, I think he'd have a lot. Like, I think a lot of people would talk about him and be a lot more, like really respect him on all levels. If he shoots, it goes in. DeRozan. He was loved in Canada. See, now I can say the same thing about the first. I didn't really care for Taylor, and now I make a huge fan. I have no idea, buddy. I can't say I've listened to any Taylor Swift other than the Red album, and I only listened to the Red album because half of it was produced by John Mayer. Okay, sweet. Go Sacramento. Is that Cooper Lining kid playing? I think so. By the way, Kiwi Haru's having a hell of a tournament. .946. Mooney taking the face off. And unfortunately, Sweden wins it here. Sweden. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like he is playing. Oh, what a save by the Americans. Puck's still in front. They're digging for it. No whistle yet. And finally, we're going to get one. Here, let me look up the Finnish team. God, I have way too many tabs up. Who am I? State of Hoppy? Going post to post with the pad there. Beautiful sprawl. Beautiful initial pad save. Great work by the American goaltender. McKenna's playing tonight. Yep. Like I said, I just know Red Album was, a lot of it was produced by John Mayer, and obsessed with John Mayer, so I pretty much listen. Oh my God, we're gonna have a penalty against the United States as he clipped the goalie. I thought did Zellers clip the goalie, or did the goalie just trip? I thought the goalie just friggin' tripped. He's captain, I'm pretty sure. No, he's been playing awesome. I have no idea what album those three songs were. Gas. Oh, he did touch him. Sweden did a good job of drawing the penalty, but oh my God. You know what? That might be embellished. He did touch him, but Sweden did a great job of selling it. He did touch him in the crease, but Sweden freaking sold it. Sweden oversold it, but he did it. But he did clip him. He did clip him. Put it this way, if it was the Americans that did that, they'd be thanking their goalie. You've awoken the beast. 9 minutes on the clock in this second period. 61% are saying U.S. is the best team in the tournament. Oh, wait. They're going to say USA on the power play? Sweden embellishing? Oh, based. Based. Oh, my God. This is even better. This is even better. Yeah, they've really upped it with the NHL, which is good. And I mean, the IIHF has always been good with it, but the NHL has started to up it a little bit more. And they have a mega room in Toronto, and if like they catch something the refs missed, they'll even like call in and be like, "No, pause." Oh, puck in front of the net in Sweden, able to send this down the length of the ice. 8:44. I think the U.S. is the best team in the tournament minus goaltending. 8:35. I think the U.S. have the fastest team in the tournament. And obviously the skill's there too, but I think speed is their bread and butter. At least from what I've seen so far against most of the teams. LJ Mooney back to the slot shot. That goes left and wide. Like, look how quick Mooney is, man. LJ. Nice cross-ice pass, but unable to get it. Was his teammate, but they keep this puck in. Oh, shot at the left circle and a great save for Sweden. 55 seconds remaining on the power play. And this puck's going to go up and out of play. Face-off will be to the left of the Swedish netminder, Love Harenstam. You'll get the same thing in the NFL, but I think they use the people who called into control who they want to win. Got you. I mean, the control room's in Toronto for the NHL, so like, do I really trust it? Do I really trust it? 7:41 on the clock here, and the United States digging at that loose puck in front of the net, and another save for Sweden. 17 shots for Sweden, 18 for the Americans. I can't believe they called that embellishing, but you know what? I love it. Dude, man. Mr. Love is crushing it. Like, if Sweden's goal song isn't Love Gun, they're doing it wrong. I could care less about the Chiefs. I'm not going to lie, Lamario. 7:22, and here come the Swedes. Swedes up center, 2-on-1. Short-handed, shot, goal! Not even a pass. Short-handed, not even a pass. And Sweden goes, easy work, easy work. Oh my goodness. And Sweden is up 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. Sweden is up 4-1 on the American freaking power play. I can't even explain. It's like shit like this is why they're the best team in the tournament. It's like, even though the Americans have played better, like, sections of hockey in this game, you know, better, like, periods of hockey, when they have an opportunity, they capitalize on it. And what a fucking shot. Holy. And also, like you said, the goaltending, but that's the dagger in my American heart. What is happening? This is why we love hockey, because you never know what is to expect. USA is getting embarrassed right now. I wouldn't say they're getting embarrassed. Like, I truly think they've been playing overall like the better team, but unable to capitalize on some of these chances because the Swedish goaltender is through the freaking roof and actually saved the Swedes from not being down, especially in the first period. And Sweden with another shot rebound. The United States gets it back, and they have a man who just got or they had a man who's waiting up against the left side, but unable to spring him. And they can't get the puck out as the Swedes still have it. Left side of the blue line, Sweden. Shot. That doesn't get to the net. 6:18 remaining in the second period. Yikes, had a feeling this would happen. Short-handed is ain't good. It ain't good. Watch, Finland's going to beat Canada tonight too. And here come the Swedes again, man. Really settling into this game. Shot. Sharp angle shot again. That doesn't hit his mark, and that goes all the way down the length of the ice, and Sweden's going to have to reset. United States again with the aggressive forecheck, but that might burn them here as Sweden's, funny enough, as the game has gone on, they've started to find their legs. They seem to be a step behind in the first period. Oh, we have an American player down, man. American player down and no whistle yet, and Sweden with an opportunity doesn't put it home. 4-1 kind of embarrassing on paper if you have a close round but lose 50-45 at a fight. Yeah, but this isn't fighting, dude. 5:43. The U.S. defense got to be very upset right now. This will be the second time the Swedes have beaten them on U.S. soil if you count 2018 semifinals. Low-key, Sweden, USA have like a little rivalry going, oh, big hit by the Americans. They scored on themselves. That is the most embarrassing thing. They scored on themselves to open up the scoring, right? If that didn't happen, it'd only be 3-1, and a 2-1 lead isn't that bad. I think also the States are starting to get frustrated here. So they're gonna start, I don't want to say cheating a little bit, but maybe being more aggressive in an undisciplined fashion, but we'll see. We still have a lot of hockey to play. We are only in the second period, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll say this, the Sweden netminder, he is dialed right now. And it's hard to beat a dialed-in goaltender. The U.S. defense is going to be very upset. Yeah. It's okay. They just forget to score goals. They're going to remember next time. Oh, no, they're not forgetting. They have the same amount of shots. The Swedish goaltender has been unreal. Like, this game could be 5-4 U.S. right now. Like, if they were playing if they were playing Latvia, if they were playing Germany, and I know Germany's had, like, some pretty good goaltending, but, if they were playing one of these other teams, not arguably the best team in the tournament right now, and I think they were favored to win. Oh, we got an interference penalty there. So you got to give credit more so in my opinion to the Swedish goaltender in the first period, because he literally kept them in it and kept the game close. USA scored to themselves, which not a great look at all. And then the second period, the Swedes have started to get the better of them for sure. But still 25 minutes of hockey left to be played. Sweden on the power play, shot from the blue line, unable to dig home that rebound. I will say this, though. End of the second period, tired legs and Sweden on the power play is not what the United States needs right now. Now, if they kill this off dominantly or get a short-handed opportunity, that momentum might help them out, but it doesn't matter because Sweden just put one home backdoor. Sweden just put one home backdoor. That is the dagger now. I'll say a 3-0 league, a 3-0 deficit, or a 3-goal deficit is still like realistically attainable, but 4 in 23 minutes, now that's going to be tough. The Americans are going to have to come out balls to the wall in the third period to have a chance. What a beautiful backdoor goal. I told y'all the Swedes are the best team in this tournament. I told y'all. I'd pick them against Canada. I'd pick them against the Czechs. I'd pick them against the Finns. I'd pick them against the United States. They're about to make it a 10-8 round. Second goal of the game, second on the power play. Damn. 5-1 for Sweden. This game is over. It's going to be a miracle. Over 1.5 goals second period, -120 would have been free. If you'd have been following this tournament and seen the game against the Slovaks, you would have hit that for sure. Sweden winning as usual. Start the Canada stream? No. Why would I do that? $4.11. I think it's worse to end a stream with the game not ending versus starting one late. 5 goals in 16 minutes. Gotta love this tournament. Quiet crowd at the former XL Energy Center. Oh, hell yeah. What are you doing to celebrate? Panama. Wait, the Canada game hasn't even started yet. Put it this way. How about this? How about this? If it becomes... If the Swedes go up by 5 goals, then we'll switch over. How about that? How about that, chat? Do Swedes have players in the NCAA? I don't think so. I think there was a 1 last year, the year before, but I don't think so. Oh, shot from the blue line. .330. Sweden. Blue line. Oh, and a takeaway by the Americans. USA. Up the right side. 2-on-1 shot. Rebound. Another rebound. Score. And there we go. Some life back in the boys in blue. And we still have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a game. See what would have happened if I switched over? Okay, there's actually 3. Sacha Boumedieni, Wilson Boric, and Eric Nilsson. Michigan State, Colorado College, and Boston University. So yeah, there's 3 of them. There's 3 of them, actually. I'll put them in the chat here for you. Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud. Yeah. Here we go. Some life back in the group. Over 1.5 second period goals would have cashed 3 different times. All right, 250. And here come the Swedes. Good old Zellers. If only he was Canadian, there'd be so many good opportunities to talk about the old Zellers. Rest in peace. Is there not one Zellers like still around for the memes in Canada? I don't think I've gone to a Zellers since Pine Center Mall in Prince George in like 1998. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. USA coming up the left side. Oh, sorry, guys. 1 sec. Still in the American zone. Battling at the blue line. Sweden back at center. They get it back. The defenseman has it backhand. Finds his man, and here come the Swedes. 3-on-2, 3-on-3. Nice job by the Americans. And a big hit on the right wall, and the Americans get the puck back. Sweden does a good job intercepting that pass, though. This looks a lot like the first period. Backhand shot by Sweden. Nobody there to take home the rebound. Shots 25 apiece. Shot by Sweden. Another great save for Team USA. And we're going to get a face-off in the American zone. 1 minute and 25 seconds. Yeah, number 29 for Sweden. His name is so long, it like extends down his arm. They can make this 5-3. Headed to the third, it would be a lot better. Yep. 2-goal lead. Worst lead in hockey. Number 70. I don't think there is a number 70, dude. 74? Brody Zemer? He plays for the Gophers. Oh, and there's Zemer too, hitting Zeller at center, and they send this puck in. I think my friend's at this. I think Hoppy's at this game right now. 107. Last minute, Sweden with the breakout. Oh, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Nice hit by the Americans. The Americans, they're going on the last rush here. They spring their guy at center. Oh, loses it. Puck goes behind the net. And oh, big hit by the Americans. Dude, this is going to be such a chippy third period. If Sweden scores another one, even early in the third, sorry, it's going to be a chippy third period. If Sweden scores a quick one in third, the States are just going to fucking see red. Oh, big hit by Sweden. Another hit by Team USA. Nice. Nice moves there, but he was moving like Michael Jackson all nice. Was able to at least spring his man, but this puck goes out the zone, and that will do it for the second period. Sweden got the puck there right at the end, but no time to put that one home. My God, what a crazy period, guys. What a crazy period. We will go over all of that here in a moment, but goal, like what is with this US team and just goals upon goals upon goals, either against or for in second periods? Nah, I would say nobody in this tournament has been soft. I would say the dirtiest and roughest team in the tournament so far has probably been it has been Denmark 100%. They have been the Brad Marchands of this tournament. Sweden looks like they're a fucking bitch to play against, though. They were throwing the body around a little bit more in the first period. But yeah, the States, they play aggressive, they play physical. They definitely are the quicker and maybe the quickest team next to Canada in this tournament, though. God, sis, I wish Vladdy was playing, man. I wish the Russians were playing, because the Russians in this tournament add just like, dude, like Russia's arguably better than Sweden and the United States most years. So like if Russia's there's another team that's like, is like Sweden, Canada, Finland, Czechs, United States, like they're all the top dogs. And then you throw Russia in there and it's, Brain down, are you on Twitter? Follow me on Twitter and I'll help you out, okay? Or just like hit me up on Twitter and I'll help you out. I can probably help you watch this. Obviously I can't watch this in the UK, so is this more the US playing badly or the Swedes being so good? A little bit of, honestly, they're both playing good. I would say that the Swedes goaltender is playing out of his mind. And in the first period, the United States probably could have scored 3 goals, but Sweden saved them. The Americans scored on themselves for the first goal of this game to put the Swedes up 1. And you know, the shorthanded goal was bad for the United States, but I would just say it's less that either team is playing bad, more that Sweden's goaltender is playing good, and that Sweden is just taking advantage of their opportunities, and the United States just has not been able to take advantage of all their opportunities because the Sweden goaltender has been insane. Okay, perfect. Oh, freaking Brandon Hobbs. I had no idea. Jeez. Bro, good to see you. Sorry I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Oh my God, how are you? My old friend, Mr. Brandon Hobbs. Holy fuck, dude. Merry fucking Christmas. Dude, you're the fucking man, dude. Dude, Brandon Hobbs has been supporting the hockey content that I've been doing since for almost a decade now. Like when I was on the radio with Dylan doing Stick and Rink before we even started THPN. Holy fuck, dude. It is great to see you in the chat, man. I hope you and the family are good. God, we got to catch up soon, man. I just sent you a message on Twitter, but holy fuck, man. Yeah, great to see you. My fellow Canucks fan. Like, yeah, Mr. Braindown. I'm in Minnesota, and I've been here for almost half a decade now. It's a shame they won't let Russia play because of the political BS. Hopefully next year the committee goes over stuff again and they make a new verdict. Yes, Happy New Year, buddy. Happy New Year. I hope that helped. As soon as he said we follow each other on Twitter, my mind went Mr. Braindown, and I was like, oh my God, this is Brandon Hobbs. Holy shit. That's crazy. I got to tell Dylan. I'm literally going to text him right now. I'm literally going to text Dylan right now and be like, holy fuck, man, Brandon Hobbs. I'm like, dude, holy shit, Brandon Hobbs is in my chat. Dude, he's going to be stoked. Hey, what's up, Danny? It's Happy New Year. I've never met Big Red in real life. I've only met Skate and Creepy Colors here in the live chat. We went to an LFA show together. Well, I'm just gonna say we hung out and watched a few fights together, but we're going to the next LFA fight together, and hopefully Chris Cushman will be driving up to Minnesota for that one too. I've invited Big Red to an LFA event whenever. I think I love Big Red. I think he's too bougie for Minnesota. Hopefully hopefully he goes, what'd you say? I ain't too bougie for Minnesota, and jumps on the next flight out here. Because that would be amazing. All right, what else do I have to share with you guys? We shared a little bit of the LJ Mooney interview. Go check out that full interview if you haven't already. What else do we got for you guys? Actually, you know what? I know what we can play here. Some of you have probably already seen this if you're a hardcore follower of the channel. If you're new to the channel and you're a Wild fan, or if you're a Sweden fan, I know he's well aged out of the World Juniors now, and he's top goaltender in the league, top prospect in the National Hockey League. But we sat down with Jesper Wallstedt a couple months ago, and he had a great interview with us. It was an awesome podcast episode. And yeah, okay, we'll tee that up. We'll tee that up here in just a moment. You guys can get a little clip of that. I'll share the full interview in the chat. I'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back for the third period coverage. Then we'll jump over to Canada versus Finland and join the action there after this game. Whoever clearly wins this game will be the top-ranked team coming into the knockouts. There is a puck. Hell yeah, Danny, bro. Hell yeah. You won't force one championship to do a Denver event so he can meet. I've tried, buddy. I've tried. I have to. I mean, there's other MMA that comes to Denver, so I'll come through Denver too, because there's a lot of our community. Like Morpheus lives there. Hannah lives there. Fucking Andrew A lives there. You live there. I feel like there's somebody else. Is it Rudy? I think maybe Rudy lives there too. They're not. They're going to start the Canada game in probably 15 minutes, I think. Or no, sorry, 25 minutes. I mean, maybe they drag it out to 7:30 Eastern or 7:30 Central, but we'll see. I was surprised to see that it started at 8 Eastern and not 8:30 Eastern. Anyways, 28 shots for Sweden, 25 for the Americans. Face-offs are essentially the same. Let's take a look at some of the second period statistics here. Man, there was a lot of action this second period. So Sweden went up 2-0. Eddie Genborg won, assisted by Liam Danielson and Viggo Bork. Lucas Pettersson got the third goal for Sweden, assisted by Berglund and Hackinson. USA gets their first one by Chase Reed, assisted by Cole Iserman and Brody Ziemer, Minnesota Golden Gopher. Sweden went up 4-1 with Lucas Pettersson, assisted by Berglund, and then they went up 5-1. Viggo and Liam Danielson with the assists on Eddie Gemborg again. US gets their second goal. Will Zellers, assisted by Brody Ziemer, who has 2 points, and James Haggins. The score is currently 5-2. No, they've been doing Mariucci and the X. Both groups have been playing it. So because they need at least like an hour and a half for the ice to settle too, right? So they always do. So I think they started today. It was like 1 o'clock was the first game, 3 o'clock was the second game. 1 o'clock start at Mariucci, 3 o'clock. No, 1 o'clock start at the X, 3 o'clock start Mariucci, 5 o'clock start at the X, 7 o'clock start at Mariucci. Yeah, they do that everywhere. So in Canada, they'll do sometimes 2 different towns. Like they've done Calgary and Red Deer, or like Red Deer and Edmonton, which are about an hour and a half away from each other, right? They'll do Halifax and Moncton. They'll do, so when it was back home where I grew up, it was Victoria, where I went to college, and Vancouver, so a ferry ride away. I think in Buffalo, they did the same city, but it was just a different rink. Is that your final prediction? It's 5-2 right now for Sweden. Then US 6-3. Okay. This guy's living in the future. Well, in Canada, it's even crazier. That like they have Canada in an NHL size arena, and then like the US's group in a 2,000 seater arena, right? They originally were going to put Canada's group at the X, but because Canadians aren't traveling much, they put the Americans there, which I think was awesome. Dude, this guy's literally Biff from Back to the Future. Reading that sports almanac from 2027. All right, now he's just smoking crack. All right. I hope he's right. I'll eat crow. I'll eat crack if you're right. All right, quick break here. On the other side, we'll be back for third period action, ladies and gentlemen. While I take the last break of the broadcast, last break of the stream, we're going to leave you with a short but sweet segment from one of the best podcast episodes, one of the best interviews. McKenna's looked awesome. Yeah, McKenna's looked... He's come as advertised. If you guys haven't seen this interview before, check it out. If you've seen it already, well, it's a great one. Watch it again. This is the second time we've brought him on the show, and we're probably going to bring him on the show again here down the stretch. But Jesper Wallstedt, everyone counted him out. And this interview is awesome. He talks about how traveling to Winnipeg sucks, and how he rather would just play video games in his hotel room than go explore the city at all. And that he read all the Twitter comments. He saw everyone talking shit about him, saying he was a bust, and he is back dominating. So quick little segment from friend of the show, friend of the channel, Jesper Wallstedt, and then we'll get back to more third period coverage. US down 5-2 against Sweden. Full interview in the chat, guys. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Making his second appearance on Fellowship of the Ring, now recurring guest, Jesper. I think this just means we're going to have to make this an annual thing here. We've got now firmly Minnesota Wild goaltender, Jesper Wallstedt. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you very much.
I think we had you on when we had last time. We always ask guests their nerd itch or what's their kind of favorite thing off the ice. And I was wondering now, I talked to you before, you said you guys play a lot of like Call of Duty together, I guess, as a team. Like, take me through kind of how that works in terms of you're on computers together, like at night sometimes. Like, how does that kind of all play out?
Yeah, no, we, especially all the Swedes, try to play some video games together. Me and Gus plays Counter-Strike too, a little bit with Kirill as well. Broads jumps in sometimes, and then Jojo, Suki, Ecker, and Gus and me sometimes play COD as well. More so last year, haven't been a lot of gaming this year. But yeah, we try to play a lot of different games. It's fun.
So you guys are all on your own kind of computers at home? Like, are you guys able to talk to each other a lot? Like trash talk and stuff like that, or like? Yeah.
No, everyone owns a computer at home. Some guys plays on controller, some guys plays on keyboard and mouse. But yeah, it could get heated pretty quick. There's high expectations there as well, like just like in hockey. So if guys are not performing, they'll hear about it.
How do you guys feel about that, Jesper? I always get different opinions on this because I'm not the biggest gamer. I was back when I was in college, but like a lot of my friends still are very into it, and there's a lot of debate between whether or not like using keyboard and mouse versus controller is fair.
Yeah, especially in games where you get the aim assist with the controller, I do not think it's fair. I'm a keyboard and mouse player. I've always played keyboard and mouse since I was 8 years old, probably. So I think when I play COD and games like that, and I play against players that use the controllers, obviously they have way better aim than I do. So I think that's cheating for sure. But then obviously when they try to come over and play keyboard and mouse in games that I play, then becomes pretty difficult for them. So no, I hate the aim assisting. I want it to be pure skill.
What's the power rankings? Top three players, top three gamers in those either Counter-Strike or on Call of Duty?
I'd say in Call of Duty, Jojo is the best. Him and Suki and Ecker, I think, plays the most. They're pretty good. And then in Counter-Strike, obviously, I've played a lot of CS. So I give myself that one. And I played CS since I was 10. I probably have close to 9,000 or 10,000 hours in CS. So I have the highest rank. I'm the highest level. So that's my game of choice.
We'll get to some fan questions towards the end, but number one fan question I've received for you is, where did the celly come from? The celebration that's now all over the internet. You know, I'm speaking of good a shot. You're pointing a good shot at the rafters there. Like, I saw it in Iowa last year once at least. So where did kind of they originate from?
I think it started in Iowa, that shootout win we had there, I think once or so. And then this year, I guess it kind of came from nowhere. We won that shootout game against LA, and I did that celly, and then when we scored that empty net goal, and I had my first shot out of the season, I kind of just pointed the hand up in the air, celebrating. It felt good. It was a lot of emotions, and then the pump is just kind of something excited that just comes out of nowhere. But I don't know. It's just me trying to be myself and enjoy the time that it is right now, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
A lot of good reason for you to be, excited and show emotion. A heck of a start for you this season. Just like, how gratifying is it for you? As an athlete, as a player, you have a year you were frustrated with last year, to come in here and prove in what you've been doing most of your career. Like, how gratifying is it for you? And I'm sure you had some doubters there along the way the last 12 months.
A couple of them.
This interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But, like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say,
and we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for the third period. USA versus Sweden. Sweden up 5-2, ladies and gentlemen. 5-2. US with a little bit of momentum coming back. They have not been down in the dumps for too long anyways, but it has been a very, very competitive game. Now, Sweden's goaltender is the reason that the Americans weren't able to get the better of them or go up on them in the first period. Second period, I'll say that Sweden had just the better showing. First period, for the first 10 minutes, the Americans were absolutely schooling the Swedes, beating them speed-wise, beating them... Oh, yeah, so the Canada-Finland game doesn't even start for another 35 minutes. We're golden. But yeah, in the first period, the United States had the speed advantage, pressure advantage, really tight gaps, and it just seemed like Sweden was a step behind, except for their goaltending. Their goaltending has been unbelievable. He kept them in it. The United States scored on themselves, so kind of putting themselves behind literally early. I was joking saying that the States scored first. It was just, but Sweden was up a goal, but it was just on themselves. Sweden capitalizes on a shorthanded opportunity. States do get 2 goals in that second period. Sweden only up by 3, but it's still a mountain to climb against a goaltender this good. 18:55 in Sweden. Up left side. And the Americans get it back. Great job battling up against the wall. Oh, huge hit. Who is he? Cronwall? Who is that? Nicholas Cronwall, and then pins the American up against the boards, which causes the turnover. Oh my God, what a defensive shift. He's at number 3 for Sweden. What a beast, man. 18:24. Depends if the goalie's smoking out back. 18:17. Nice job by the Americans coming up that right side. Pass. Great opportunity by the Americans, but the Sweden netminder is right there to save this one, and the American goes flying into the net. Again, guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe. Vote in the poll question. We will be live for the Canada and Finland game. As soon as this one wraps up, we will switch over to that one. Uh, 28% of you say Sweden, 55% say USA, despite them being down 5-2. 9% say Czechia, 8% say Finland, and nobody has commented to say Canada. Surprise, surprise. 18:08. Sweden won the faceoff. They send it up the right side. Goaltender trying to send it up the wall, but Sweden's there. 2-on-2, battling for it. He was a judge. Today slam dunk competition. Just found out that it's kind of crazy. Wait, did you know in 2003 Michael Jordan was a judge? No, I didn't know that. Oh. Interference call, Sweden, big hit, puck nowhere to be seen. And here we go. Yep. That's interference. Yo, you did not need to do that. You did not need to do that. Cameron Myers with the $5. Thank you so much to Cameron Myers, dude. Okay, what's Bob doing rolling 3 goalies? He can't come up with a goalie. Outrageous. I will say that tonight, I don't think the goalie's necessarily been the issue for the United States. Again, it'd be 4-2 if they didn't score on themselves. So, like, you can't blame the goalie for the United States scoring on themselves. And I think he has been their best goalie tonight in the tournament so far. But yeah, there clearly isn't a number one. And without a Trey Augustine, it's tough to rely on somebody. But the United States just scored on their power play with a beautiful pass and tip in up front. And that cuts the lead to 2, ladies and gentlemen. And they needed that early in this period. What a beautiful, beautiful play here as we're looking at the replay. Up through the circle. Oh, what a tip. What a tip. Just, was that just under the glove? Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Cameron, for the $5. You beauty. We really appreciate it here, man. Hell yeah. Especially like someone as creative as him. Kobe, Colorado, 2003. Mamba mentality. I don't know the context. Is that like inappropriate? Should I ban him? I don't know the context. Was that the year Kobe had those allegations? Do I even want to know? Or should we just focus back in on hockey? 17-15. Ah. How would I just do this instead? 17:02. And we're back in the American zone in the corner. He's just doing it to be weird. Fuck that dude. All right. We'd be Ben. Oh, behind the net. Sweden tried to spring their man in front for a tip shot. 16:36. And the Americans get it back through the neutral zone. Shot, long wrister. That goes right and wide. Sweden behind the net. Sweden trying to get this out, and they do, but lose it at center. 16-18. And here come the Americans trying to get another passed up front to tip it home, but unable to do that. They do get it. Right side, blue line. Shot, gloved by Sweden, but unable to glove it down. Tried to send that puck to the side of the goalie, but it goes around and all the way down the length of the ice. Another goal. My pants started to come off. I mean, if he was also a judge, then at one point, then I guess it's something, but but yeah, just doing that to be weird is fucking weird. If they can score quickly, they can do this. They got to be quick though. I'd say until we hit the 5-minute mark, then they still got some time. They always can pull the goalie too. I know, exactly. We're talking about Michael Jordan. We're talking about practice. We weren't even talking about Iverson. Oh, and a beautiful save by the American netminder, and a great job by the defenseman for whacking that out of not only the crease, but out of the zone as well. Sweden sends it back in the zone. 15:21 on the clock in this third period. Big shout out to everybody watching. Oh, huge hit. Huge hit. And the Americans having Or he's slow to get back up to his feet. And some words between the Americans and Swedes here. That was a huge hit, and that's probably going to be a penalty, man. He was... I mean, that's interference as fuck, no? I remember that practice, like when it actually happened. They replayed on SportsCenter so many times that day. Not interference, but definitely hit the head. Like he had just let go of the puck, but that was a bad hit. And he go down. That was a rough hit. He went down the tunnel. Zeller's having some words. So the refs are looking things over here, seeing how they're going to call this one. Like, it didn't go shoulder to head, but he was low, caught in the corner, hits the ref, goes into the boards hard. Let's see. As the captains are waiting to hear what the refs decide. Dude, great crowd here at the... Hey, someone with an LFA hoodie on behind Bob Motzko? That's awesome. No joke. Someone with an LFA hoodie. I gotta screenshot that. What? What? Delay of game? They're saying it's the right call in the commentary. Oh my god, the puck went out! The puck went out! Oh my god, I didn't even notice the puck! They're giving Americans a penalty for delay of game. Oh my god, dude. The hit is fine, but they're getting the fucking penalty for delay of game. That's crazy. Look at that one Swedish chick behind the bench. She's like, yeah, bitch, let's go. Oh my god, dude. Shout out to the guy with the LFA hoodie. Wow. And Sweden is on the freaking power play, man. That shot was so hard they locked the odds on Sportsbook. Sweden with it. Left side. Blue line slot. Right circle. Pass the slot. Shot. And saved by Team USA. But a high stick and a fight's breaking out. We got bodies on the ice. And guys starting to throw hands. 14:59. We got Swedish bodies. We got American bodies on the ice. And we got boys throwing some hands. And they're making the ref's job hard here. Use the Glock. All right, well, it's under review. Bro, LFA blocked me on Twitter again? What? I don't get it, man. Oh, wait. Is there... I think their Twitter account's actually gone. Oh, no. Here it is. Yeah, what the hell? Bro, LFA blocked me again. I was literally about to... Every time I try to promote them, they block me. Whatever. Five-on-three power play? No, yeah, I don't know why. What I don't know what the I don't get these promotions, man. I feel like I support these promotions more than any fan, and they just. Oh my God! And the Americans get another penalty. 2-man advantage for the Swedes. Hit to the head. 2-minute minor. 2-man advantage here for 1 minute and 43 seconds, and then they'll be up just 1 man for the remainder. Maybe Twitter's glitching out then. Or maybe they literally just unblocked me in the last 5 minutes because like Crazy Kev, I was blocked. 159. Oh, Sweden with it. Top of the circle. Oh my God, there's a pass to the left side. Sweden can't bang it home. Circle, shot, beautiful save. Sweden still has it in the corner. Again, 5-on-2 here 5-on-3 here for the Swedes. Hockey was a delay penalty. Yeah, delay of game. Puck went over the glass, and Sweden unable to put that home, and the Americans are able to clear the puck, but Sweden quickly with the puck trying to delay any change here for the Americans, but it looks like they were able to get their 3 guys back on the bench and new legs on the ice, and a beautiful cross-ice pass, but unable to put it home with Sweden. And this is going to go up and out of play. 54 seconds on the 2-man advantage. Because the puck went out of play. I mean, I don't think it was a clean hit. I can't believe that it's not 4-on-4 based on the hit in the corner and the delay of game. They need to let these boys fight. Dude, that was hilarious. You know what a puck is in French? La rondelle. Dude, listening to French hockey play-by-play is actually so insane. Instead of saying goal, c'est la but, tabarnak, c'est la but de goalless. All right. Sweden trying to regroup here, draw out that next play. 14-10. Remaining in this third period. Killing off this power play would be huge for the Americans, obviously, but momentum-wise. Mooney taking the draw for the Americans. And Mooney wins the face-off. USA trying to dig this puck out from behind. Sweden trying to dig this puck out from behind. The Americans trying to delay as much as possible. Sweden gets it. Slot. Top of the circle. Slot. Left side. Great poke check by the Americans. Back to the slot. Left side. Backhand. Trying to go behind the pad, but great save by the American goaltender. Shot. Great save by USA. 11 seconds remaining in the 2-man advantage. Sweden. Back and forth, top of the circle. Shot. Great save by Team USA. And Sweden puts home the rebound right when the 2-man advantage was trickling into just a 1. Sweden puts home the rebound. And this is a 6-3 game in Sweden. Still 18 seconds on one of their power plays remaining. Look at this rebound. Boom. Oh, did it even hit the pad or was that a pass? Oh, it was a pass. It was a pass. I thought it was a rebound off the pad. Oh my God, what a pass.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
That was beautiful. Holy shit. 6-3 for Sweden in this third period, man. 10 seconds remain on their power play. Nine for 17 on their power play. That's insane. Shots 34-27 for Sweden. The United States, well, they kill off one of the two power plays, kind of. If we want to be positive. 3-goal lead with 13 minutes. Just under 13 minutes remaining. It's not impossible, ladies and gentlemen. It's not impossible. But this Swedish goaltender, he has been playing out of his freaking mind. Oh, drop pass. A nice shot by Sweden. Even better save for Team USA. And we're going to go to a TV timeout halfway through this third period. Some unfortunate calls in this third period for Team USA. So close to honestly killing off those penalties. They were a few seconds away from killing off that first one, and then what was it, like 12 seconds remaining on that second one. Let's take a look at the poll question. Are you guys changing your tune a little bit here with a 3-goal lead for Sweden? Are you sticking with... by the way, smash that like button. Let's try to get at least 10 likes, man. We're only at 8. Let's try to at least get... No, fuck that. Let's try to at least get to 20, bro. Try to at least get to 20. 123 votes, by the way. Thank you guys so much. Sweden, 30%. USA, 54%. Finland, 7%. Czechia, 8%. And nobody commenting Canada. I think Sweden's the best team in the tournament. I think Czechia is right there as well. USA, Canada, and then Finland. That's how I see it. I think the Czechs have been outstanding. And I think they're going to medal again. All the GMs, everybody is out watching this game, and I bet they're all gonna, a lot of them anyways, and Kenny Holland's a lot of them are gonna make their way to Mariucci right after this. I keep forgetting Ken Holland is the freaking general manager of the Kings. Mike Greer's there. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. By the way, everybody watching on X, Twitter, Facebook, come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube and join our live chat here. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers on this channel before the end of the tournament leading up to the Olympics. That is the goal. So help us make that goal a reality. Come over here and smash that like button and subscribe. American Heart is dead. Now there's still 12 minutes. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Sweden scored 3 goals in less amount of time that it would take for the Americans to score 3 here to tie up this game. Oh, big hit by Sweden. No call. Sweden up the left side. They dumped this one in. Oh, that's an interference call. Ref misses it. Friggin' Sweden hit a U.S. player well away from the play, and a shot by the Americans doesn't get through the slot, and here comes Sweden up the right side. Stops, looks for reinforcements, sends it down the wall. And this is where the Americans are going to play chippy as hell. Wait till Silev gets to 1 million subs. I don't think it's ever going to get to 1 million subs. I don't even ever think it's going to get to 100,000. Glory will shut it down before it gets to 100,000. Delayed penalty for Sweden, so the Americans will go up a man here. I think we hit 25K. Oh, no. We hit 24. We hit 24. Yo, shout out to Niki MMA. He gave us a shout out in his video and literally got like almost 100 subscribers that day. I guarantee the channel's going to get shut down before that. But if not Glory, somebody else. XTP is probably the next one. And Sweden touches it, 10:46. And Sweden's going to go to the box. Interference. Oh, speaking of glory, I gotta send them an email. I would send them an email before midnight, chat. Well, they never said I couldn't do a fight companion for one ever again. They just told me to take down everything that was currently on the channel. So 10:30. Oh, draw pass. No one able to get it. And this, not quite enough for icing. Oh, you missed it. We had a whole stream yesterday. I deleted almost half a million views from the channel. We made a live stream out of it yesterday. Cease and desist. I was served, buddy. I have 8 hours to get back to them with a formal apology and an explanation and proof that I deleted everything off the channel. Or they will bring hell upon us. Americans can't get this through the neutral zone. 9:35. It's good fights, though, so I'm going to watch them. I'm going to buy their pay-per-view again. And I'm going to smile and say, what's up, Nick? What's up, Christine? I ain't going to let anybody dictate the sports I watch, my friend. Like, except for friggin' the start times for Lithuanian basketball. They dictate why I don't watch basketball. Last 10 years has went down so far. They got that Jake's assistant running a lot of it. That nerd dude does a lot of their just wait, is he named Nick? Imagine if that's the guy. That'd be hilarious. 8:38 and the Americans can't get anything going in the Swedish zone. I know they're down by 3, but they're far from the team that they were in the first period. And what a single effort there by Sweden. 1-on-4 was able to get the shot and the rebound. Derek. Oh, okay. That would have been cinema if he was Nick. I know who you're talking about, though. That poo stash looking freaking trailer trash ass looking motherfucker who tried to call it Nick or Nate Diaz. Nice. 8 minutes. Well, I'll call him out too. Nick, Christine, Derek. Shot. And that's a nice pad save by Sweden. Sweden with it up the right wall, but nice job getting involved in the rush. There were the Americans, but Sweden just tightening up their defense, man. 2 on everybody who has the puck. Just 1. And the Americans send this one way up into the zone, and they get it back now. Oh, and tried to rush the net and ends up going hard to the ice. And Sweden with the puck, 2-on-2. Sweden cutting right in, still has it, sends it behind the net. Sweden continues to cycle that one around, but instead, the Americans get involved in now a 1-on-1 battle, a jousting battle. Some friggin' cross-checking there as well. Good battle there. Love the no call. 6:52. Here comes Sweden. Shot. That goes left and wide. Oh, actually, he got a piece of that. The goalie got a piece of that. The Americans send a pass up that left side through center. Nice little pass, but losing it. And then the Swedes lose it right after. And here comes USA. Good defensive effort. Drop pass, though. Hits the stick of the Swedish defenseman. And Zell's trying to send it behind the net. But again, Sweden getting in the lane of that pass. Sweden with a beautiful poke check. And here's a foot race. Sweden, sharp angle shot. Gets the puck back. Waits for reinforcements. Backhand behind into the corner. Was a beautiful play. Sweden's still with it. Sweden's so good at just defending the puck single-handedly. Shot. That goes right and wide. Sweden pushes it back up into the corner. Shot 37-27 for Sweden. This has been the biggest gap in shots of the game so far. Shot. Save. Digging at it for Sweden. And that's gonna do it. We get a whistle there and a little cross check from the Americans after the whistle. And we're going to go to a TV timeout. Likely the last TV timeout. Knowing TSN, they'll probably sneak in one more, like the 2-minute mark. But yeah, we'll be jumping to the Canada game pretty soon here, guys. Pretty soon. Probably in about 10 or so minutes. Guys, come on, smash that like button if you haven't already. I'll share the link for the Canada stream. It's also already up on the channel. But I'll share it with you guys as well. All right, 6-3. Our fortune teller friend, man, he was wrong. Getting big shout out to Cameron Myers. Thank you so much for all the support you show this channel, man. $5. This guy said Sweden 6-2, then US 6-3, then 6-4, then 6-6 to penalty shot. Little overzealous, if you ask me. Overzealers. Ha ha ha. All right, back from the TV timeout. All right, here is the Canada stream, guys. That's going to be starting in about 10-15 minutes. Face-off won by the Americans. .528 remaining. Sweden with it. They send it into the American zone. US get it back. Off the wall. Neutral zone. Sweden takes advantage of that bouncing puck, and they regain possession, send it back into their own zone. Sweden. Backhand pass. As they get ready to set up their breakout. 5 minutes, and here come the Swedes. Burger Hockey Soda Pod, glorious. Hey, what's up, Endless Bane? Great to see you. Happy New Year, brother. And thank you for all the support you've shown the podcast and channel throughout the years. They should do a rule, or the next goal is worth 4. I mean, this is America. They should at least have a Glock option on the bench. Even if they did like a power minute where every goal is worth double. Nah, I think, this is America. They should be able to take at least one player off and put a Glock on the ice. The glass is bulletproof, right? Oh, and a nice shot from the blue line. Good right pad save by the American. And this puck goes down, trickles into the Swedish zone. Sweden unable to have a successful breakout there, so they pass back. But nice forecheck by the Americans. 1-on-2 and almost got the puck back. No, it has to be small because it has to be funny because they can't. No, it has to be small and you only can use your glove to operate it. You can't take your glove off. Honestly, would be down for in-game bounties, but you have to use your glove. So it's like it's almost a gamble to play the game and to go as an audience member too. I was gonna make a even worse joke, but This isn't my channel. This is a community channel, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. 313. The US lose a lot of players from last year. They lost Trey Augustine. No, they did lose. They lost like 3 or 4 key guys who went pro. And obviously Trey Augustine was a huge player that they lost. Eiserman's got a point tonight. Oh, nice opportunity there by the Americans, but another great save. Or sorry, by the Swedes, another great save. I'll say this. Despite being down by 3, despite letting in 6, Brady Noling has been the best goalie for the Americans in this tournament thus far. I think Zemer's got 2 points, and Eiserman's got 1. 42 shots. What a third period for the Swedes. I know the power play was that 2-man advantage was a little whack, and I do agree how that kind of went down was a little whack, but the Swedes came back in this game, and I'll say that even though they scored first, the Americans actually scored first. They just scored on themselves. Oh, and the Americans are going to get a late power play. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. I mean, 3 goals in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. I think I've seen the Montreal Canadiens come back one time in like a crazy game where they scored. They ended up winning the game, so maybe they scored like 4. But anyways, it was nuts. But I ain't feeling it in this one. Not gonna lie.
Stronger communities right here at home. That's how we protect Ontario.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head tubs of cleans them and gets them to clean them 100% clean your teeth. Your perfect clean routine starts with Oral-B.
Canada's ultimate 50-50 is back. 3 huge draws across the country. It's hockey.
Oh my God.
Score your chance to win at hockeycanada5050.ca or scan the QR code on your screen.
All right, back in the TV timeout before the power play. Of course. Oh, wait, what? It was delay of game. Okay. I just assumed it was some dirty hit, but delay of game. Yep. I didn't realize he's part of the Detroit Red Wings management. Yeah, I haven't eaten much today because my whole schedule is off. 2:05 because I went to bed at 8:30 this morning, so my whole sleep schedule is off. All right, 2 minutes left in the third period. 1 minute and 41 seconds on the power play here. Let's see if the Americans can get one more for pride. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now, that would be the best goal song of all time. Do 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 do. 138. I see online that Red Wings completely suck for a long time. Apparently, it used to be the hockey town, but now it's just losing town. They had probably the longest dominance in the modern era of hockey. What goes up must come down. And a penalty on Mooney? Wow, he's not happy about this. Motzko's not happy about this either. And he's saying timeout. He's using his timeout here. Oh, the LFA fans left. The LFA fans left. Timeout with 1 minute and 27 seconds. I've been eating loaded baked potato soup I made for about a week now. Oh, that sounds so good. I think I ate my last potato. I had a potato and 2 eggs for breakfast. / lunch, because that's when I woke up. Oh, I think I maybe only got 3 hours of sleep today. I think I went to bed at 8 and woke up at like 10:30, 11 or something. I didn't even look at the clock. I was just kind of like, my eyes opened up and I was like, I better get up. but went to bed when it was light out and waking up when it's light out is a trip. No. I fear if I do, I'm just going to fall asleep. I'm holding on by a thread. Hopefully I can make it to midnight, boys. All right. The dopamine from hockey is keeping me alive, chat. 1 minute and 19 seconds remaining. And then we're going to switch over to the Canada-Finland game. Which, watch, Canada might lose to Finland. Finland better than I thought they were coming into this tournament. And obviously, Minnesota Wild fans are going to be watching closely because Kivi Harju is on the team. Final minute. 35 seconds remaining on the power play. Can the United States get one more for pride? Dun, 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 dun. Shot outside the circle. Left side of the goaltender. Back to the blue line. USA. Left side. I thought it was Mooney that was getting called for the power play or for the penalty there, but nothing happened, which is good. I need some coffee, dude. But I only have enough for like one little bit of coffee left, and I need that for tomorrow because everything's closed tomorrow. So I can't go buy coffee tomorrow. Ten seconds. Oh, beautiful backhand pass shot. I mean, what an opportunity. You know, what a final shot and opportunity by the States there, but that does it, and Sweden takes this one, ladies and gentlemen. Sweden takes this one to solidify themselves as the best team in the tournament thus far. And I'm saying Sweden is my number one in the tournament thus far, then the Czechs, then Canada, then the States, then Finland. Based on what I've seen, those are the best so far. Having said that, Slovakia's looked actually pretty good as well. But anyways, we're going to switch over to the Canada stream now, guys. I'm going to share it here in the chat. All right, here it is. I'm going to share it in the chat. Sweden hasn't won a gold since 2012. That's crazy. I don't even know what a Kroger's is. I'm sure there's going to be something open, but the roads have been pretty dangerous. And even though I got like four-wheel drive gets you out of the ditch. It gets you out of the ditch. It doesn't keep you out of the ditch. So I've been kind of staying in for the last 2 days. However, if the Devil's lettuce runs out, we might have to make a couple pit stops. Oh, dude, it is freezing rain. So the roads are just icy. So it snowed, it warmed up, it rained, and then it dropped. So it's just been super icy. But one of the reasons why I didn't go to this Canada game tonight, I was going to go to Mariucci live. But anyways, guys, that does it for this one. Unfortunately, the Americans fall to the Swedes 6-3. Will Canada have better luck against Finland? We shall see. See you guys in 5 minutes on the other side. The link in the chat. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for joining. We are planning to stream not on New Year's Day because there is no hockey on New Year's Day. For the World Juniors, the boys get the day off, but then the quarterfinals begin on January 2nd. So I will see you back live there if this is the last stream for you guys here tonight. But for those who are watching the Canada and Finland game, we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Peace.